Guys, Dever11 here. Today I'm going to be doing an update on my mealworm farm. So on my last video, it was in there, and I'll explain that in a second. But basically I have upgraded. So in this top thing, it is empty right now, but this is where my big mealworms will go. So there's the adult mealworms that are about to pupate. And here, guys, I have my beetles. So I'll just grab one for you quickly here so you can get a better look at it. So yeah, that's a mealworm beetle right there. I have probably over like 50 in here. I don't know. They're all over. But anyway, guys, so those are my beetles. Under here, we have just this crushed up oatmeal. Basically, if you guys are wondering, all these stuff that I'm using, like this stuff is right here is just crushed oatmeal. Anyway, so this is mesh under here, and basically what that does is the beetles are in here. They mate, and then once they lay their eggs, they'll fall through the mesh into here. Now, in here is where the eggs will hatch and then turn into little baby mealworms. I don't have any right now, but I should soon. Okay, so those are those. These are where I put my baby mealworms and my feeder worms, which basically, guys, I don't have the lights on right now, but I have 2 leopard geckos now, and so I need mealworms to feed them. Do expect an update on those soon. But anyway, so yeah, I need mealworms to feed them. So these are where the ones go that I feed them, and the ones that are turning into pupae also. Alrighty, so down here we have the actual pupae in here. So I'll take these out and put them up here. So guys, basically in here we have, on this side, which you're looking at right now, these are superworm pupae. And on this side, these are mealworm pupae. So you can tell I have a lot more mealworm pupae than superworm. It's because I started my superworm farm later. These are mealworm farm, or pupae. So basically, let me just grab one here. Whoop. One sec. Okay. So these are our mealworm pupae. Don't know how well you can see that. I don't think it's focusing. But anyway, so these are what mealworms turn in after they grow to a substantial size or are just ready to pupate. So now usually you have these few. This one's black, as you can see. Basically that means it's dying. So if they turn black, I just put them over here in the little cup that I have and get rid of them. Now in here you can also see, so this is the stage where the mealworms are turning into beetles. Now this is what it's going to look like when you just barely get a beetle. Alright, I'm trying to grab it. Okay, so this is a beetle that had just hatched from pupae. Now basically these are going to be white at first. They'll have little wings that are white. And basically the older they get, the darker they become. So yeah, so that's what they're gonna look like. I'm just gonna put this beetle in here. So yeah. Alright, so that's what I do. So these pupae, they'll go from mealworms to pupae to beetles. Alright, so that's where I keep my pupae. Now, one method of getting your mealworms to pupate is obviously just leaving them in here. Now, I've been getting a lot of pupae from here recently because they're just starting to get old enough to pupate. But another way you can actually make them pupate is if you're like in a rush or something, you want them to pupate faster. You just put them in little containers. Now, when they're in these containers, you don't want to give them any food or anything. And they'll basically, the lack of food will stress them out. Now, I don't have any mealworms because I have like an overabundance of mealworms right now. So, basically, these are superworms, which one way to tell the difference between mealworms in superworms is that superworms have a black tail. So yeah, superworms have a black tail, and they tend to be quite a bit bigger. Now, if I quickly show you, this is a normal mealworm. No black tail or anything. And then those are superworms, the black tail. So those are superworms, and basically they're just sitting in there without food, and eventually the lack of food will cause them to pupate. Okay, so as you can see, I have a couple of those have pupated, and those are those two right there. Now, I originally had 5 in here, and these are the 2 that are left over. Now, the other 3 are in here. This is my superworm pupate, or my superworm beetle, my super beetle. I'm gonna just call them superworm beetle. Superworm beetles. But these were there, so I only have 3. But you can tell they're quite a bit different. So this one looks like my oldest one. You can see it's a lot darker. So there's 1 in here. Then I'm guessing the other 2 are in here. Yeah. Okay, so I got 1 right there. See, that one's kind of brown, which means it's younger. That's the most recent one I've got. And then, like, this one is black, so it's older. That's how you tell that. One sec, guys. Sorry about this. Throwing up my arm there. So, yeah, that's the superworms. Now, again, they're just in oatmeal. What this stuff is. They also, so they can eat the oatmeal. The mealworms dig in it, and they can eat it. But what they also do is I give them the celery, because they do need water. So this is a kind of old piece. But basically they just eat the celery, and it gives them water. You can feed them pretty much any vegetable scrap or something like that. Just anything that could hydrate them. But yeah, those are my superworm beetles. And as you see over here, so I have my mealworms that are waiting to pupate, and then my pupae. And so my superworm that are waiting to pupate are in here. Now, the reason my superworms are in here is I actually originally had them in here, and I didn't even have that many. But because of the fact that superworms get bigger, they actually can escape quite easily. I found around 3 of these superworms in my room. So, yeah, they're sneaky buggers, but... So I put them in this so they can't get out, but there's one good-sized one right there. Yeah, so again, just oatmeal and celery to feed them. And then I give them these little pieces of cardboard to kind of hide under. And sometimes they chew on it. So yeah, guys, that is my mealworm farm. Stay posted for my leopard gecko update. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye.